Hello everybody, I'm Skylar Kazakov, and today I'm going to be presenting my SMART goal. So my goal was to gradually increase my water intake to 64 ounces daily. And to do so, I followed the SMART guidelines. This goal was specific. I set out deadlines, which I'll elaborate more on, but the overall was that I needed to drink 32 ounces daily for the first 5 days. For the next 3 days, I would then drink 48 ounces, and after that, I would begin drinking 64 ounces daily. This goal was measurable as I was drinking in ounces, a number, so I could record it and track it, and each day I logged it into my Plant Nanny app. This goal was achievable. I drink more than 64 ounces of fluid daily, just that fluid wasn't water. I would drink soda, I would drink juice, it only involved a small daily habit change. I just needed to reach for water instead of that soda, which was not easy, but doable. It was also relevant. I have been experiencing many health issues, most of which could be improved by just increasing my water intake, making this really vital for me to do. And this goal was time bound. It started July 10th and ended August 6th, as we all know. And also, my apologies if you hear the storms in the background. So, what was my plan or my overall program? My plan to achieve my goal of drinking 64 ounces daily, I would have my Stanley with me at all times. Wherever I went, this thing came with me, always full of ice water, always ready to go. As mentioned earlier, I would drink 32 ounces for the first 5 days, 48 ounces for the next 3, then move up to 64 ounces daily. I would use my Plant Nanny app to track and monitor my progress daily. I would use tips to increase my intake from the Women's Health article in one of my supporting sources. And I would acknowledge all the small achievements to increase my motivation. A little pat on the back each time I hit that goal or that benchmark. And I found it really did increase my motivation. Why this goal? As mentioned in the relevance portion of my SMART goal, I've been experiencing a lot of health issues. These issues involved fatigue, frequent headaches, skin breakouts, poor digestion. I was just sleeping all the time. Every morning I woke up with a headache. My skin was covered in acne, which has gotten much better, and my stomach was just hurting, and I just was not having good digestion when I was constantly loading my gut with acidic soda. All of these could be improved by just drinking water and staying hydrated, so it kind of made this goal vital for me to achieve. What motivated me was keeping in mind the health benefits I could achieve for myself and my Plant Nanny app. I had to constantly remind myself, I'm going to see benefits. I am going to feel better. Drink water and you will have less headaches. And just always reminding myself really helped increase my motivation. My supporting sources were the Plant Nanny app and an article by Casey Green, 10 Ways to Drink More Water. The Plant Nanny app allowed me to monitor and track my progress in a creative way. I am a big plant person, I love it, and the app allowed me to choose different plants and watch them grow as I logged my water, making it honestly enjoyable for me. In addition, it provided me with weekly and monthly summaries telling me my average intake, how much water I drank each day, as well as providing me with notifications to remind me to drink some water. The article, 10 Ways to Drink More Water, provided me with some fun strategies and unique different tips to increase my water intake. Some of these included keeping my water within reach, as I mentioned, currently right by me, eating spicy foods, and the last one may sound weird, but thinking of water as an appetizer. This really helped me out. When I was out for lunch or dinner with friends, I'd be like, this water is my appetizer, drink a glass. And it just made it more fun, and it gave me a creative mindset to think about it, and I did find it helpful. My scholarly sources were articles that helped me reinforce the benefits I could see from achieving my goal. While I know how important water is for your body and everything, I clearly was ignoring it and not drinking water. I was drinking pop all day long. So I just needed some scientific, scarier articles to really enforce in my brain the harm I was doing to my body and the benefits I could see. Both articles talked about the physiological effects of dehydration, the roles it plays with all our organs and homeostasis. They told me the recommended amounts for my body weight and just overall explained the importance of water, which is something I needed to look at and remind myself. In the end, I wasn't able to achieve my goal. However, not everything went according to plan. It was a tricky habit to break. I really love soda. I love Coca-Cola, Sprite, and it was tricky to learn how to grab water instead of that. At first, I would ignore my plan till the evening and force myself to drink it all before bed. This resulted in many stomach aches for me and interruptions in my sleep pattern. I would chug it all before bed and I would find myself waking up frequently throughout the night, running and having to use the bathroom. Additionally, after the initial 8 days, I was not able to start drinking 64 ounces right away. I drank 56 ounces instead for 2 days and then was able to increase to 64 ounces. I found it challenging over the weekend, especially for my goal, because I was hanging out with friends and family and they were always drinking other beverages around me, soda, slushies, juice, and I would just reach for that as well. Making the habit of drinking water right as I woke up, setting more notifications on my app, and utilizing tips from the article contributed majorly to my success, as well as constantly reminding myself of the benefits I would see. I really had to do that all the time. If I were able to start this personal growth project all over again, I would make a few changes. I would break the goal down into smaller, more specific chunks. I wish I had set certain time frames throughout the day for me to achieve a certain amount of water and not just having a general goal, drink this by the end of the day. I found it made it really hard for me to achieve, and as you saw, one of the problems I encountered was leaving it all till night. I feel as if I made it into smaller chunks, it would have been a lot easier for me to accomplish. For example, finishing 32 ounces by 1 p.m., 48 by 6 p.m., and 64 by 10 p.m. would have helped me greatly. It would have made it more manageable. And it probably would have helped me avoid lots of unnecessary stomach aches and interruptions in my sleep. In the end, I saw many benefits in myself, both mentally and physically. Physically, I had less severe headaches. I did not wake up with a headache every morning like I used to. I felt more energized, my skin got clearer, and my digestion improved. Mentally, my self-esteem and confidence increased. After just being able to set and achieve and stick to a goal, I felt really successful and proud of myself, and it made me confident that I could do this again in the future. The boost in energy also allowed me to accomplish more throughout my day. I was more on top of my homework. My room was cleaner and my physical activity increased. I found myself just walking about, going outside just to sit for a minute, hanging out with my family. I just felt better. In the end, this experience not only showed me that I was capable of setting and achieving goals, but it also taught me in how setting smart goals can help me create these small, lasting, healthy habits. The project is over and I still have my Stanley next to me and I just am constantly reaching for sips and I feel like I created a lifelong habit for myself. It showed me how breaking down goals into small, manageable actions and monitoring my progress can increase my motivation and likelihood of achieving said goals. Monitoring it really increased my motivation. I was like, oh, I achieved this today. We can do it again tomorrow. These lessons can be applied throughout my life at home, at school, and even at work. I can break up my schoolwork more into more manageable chunks, set specific deadlines for myself, make it easier to accomplish. With just anything, not even homework, with tasks at home, with tasks at work. And overall, I'm just really happy I had this experience. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed.